Hey everybody, Harold here. Now that I've covered all and all selected, it's time to do all except. All except is another function that can be used as both a table expression and a calculate modifier. Just like all and all selected, the modifier is the most common use. Table expression can be very handy too. Note of caution, be careful when using the modifier. You may not get the answer you expected. I'll explain that and show you how the combination of all or remove filters and values is a better solution. So all except is a DAX function, another filter in parentheses, returns all the rows in a table except for those specified in the column filters. It has two mandatory arguments, a table name and a column name. Column must be from that table. You can add more columns repeatedly. Those are optional, but they must also be from this table. Returns an entire table or a table with one or more columns. Also, when it's used as a modifier, it doesn't return a table. It has to be used with calculator, calculate table. It removes the filters, keeping only the filters in the columns specified in the arguments following the all except. So that's the definition. Let's go to the DAX in Power BI. So here we are in DAX query view. To use all selected as a table expression, I could say all except. By the way, I'm using the VentureWorks database. There's a link in my description to it in my GitHub repository. I just want to say choose a table, choose product lookup. Um, Other mandatory one is a column, has to be from the same table. Let's say color. Close that. When I run, get a product lookup table, no color column. If I want to do more, say take out model name here in the fourth fourth column. Model name, run that. 1, 2, 3, model name is gone. So this returns a table of everything except the columns I specify. Now where this might be really useful is if you had more fields than you wanted to keep than you want to remove. Let's say I had 15 columns and I wanted to keep 12. Instead of putting 12 in a select columns, I could put 3 in an all except. Just return the table with the 3 columns. Instead of writing 12 column names, I'd only have to write 3. See how much more efficient this could be? I like to call this deselect columns when I use it this way. So that's how I use it as a table. To demo the calculate modifier, let's go to report view. I've already written some measures. I've got a matrix here with, let's fix this matrix. I want the whole territory hierarchy to start. We'll put the territory hierarchy of continent, country, and region in the rows. We have total sales, which is sum of sales, and percent of grand total, which is total sales divided by all sales, which is total sales with all filters removed. The grand total, as we've covered in our all and all selected videos. So North America, United States is 31.9% of the grand total, etc. Now, what I wanted to do was get a total that I could use to calculate country sales or region sales as a percentage of continent. To do this, I've got these measures written out. I'll go kind of slow. You guys can pause it and copy them down. I could say, well, our continent sales all except. Let's look at it first. Continent sales all except equals calculate total sales, all ignoring all filters except those on the territory lookup table, territory lookup continent column. So let's drop that in the matrix. Continent sales, all accept. So that looks the same, but let's check on it. United States still at the continent level. So this always stays at the continent level. To see the percentage, percent of continent sales. Go ahead and drop that in. Percent of continent sales is total sales divided by this one, which was our continent sales, all except we were going to use for our grand total for the continent. So North America is 100% of North America. United States is 81% of North America and 31% of the grand total. So that's great. But our title of our matrix is percent of continent sales. What if I remove continent from the rows? What do you think will happen then? Let's see. Well, the title of our matrix is still percent of continent sales, but United States is no longer 81% of continent sales. It's 31.9% of continent sales. We know that's not true. United States is 81% of North America. This is the grand total. Just see, these columns are exactly the same. So now this country total is not a percentage of continent sales, it's a percentage of grand total. In order to fix that, we can use the combination of, to replace the all selected, we can use a combination of all and values, or remove filters and values, do the same thing. And what that does, continent sales all values, we're going to calculate our total sales, remove all filters from the territory lookup table. Then, as another filter in our calculate, we're going to add back the values in the territory lookup continent as a filter. So we removed them all, and we put continent back. So when you put that in the table, matrix, now you're back to the continent sales total from before. You can do your percentage, percent of continent sales, all values. Let's look at that. Divide total sales by continent sales, all values. We'll drop that in our matrix, and back to our 81% of the United States. We drill down. Southwest is percentage of continent, not United States. United States, percentage of continent. But all except was percentage of grand total. Remove filters or all and values is percent of continent. See the difference? All except still shows at the grand total level, while all value shows at the continent level, even though continent is no longer present in the matrix. Exactly what we wanted. That's it for all except. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like it, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.